So, ladies and gentlemen, we have this transition. We are trying to transition from poverty to fortune. And unfortunately, for most of you guys, you really don't understand what is ahead of you. It's nothing but hard stuff. And some of you are taking it lightly. And I guess, some of us don't intend to be part of the economic play, which is understandable, which is agreeable, and if that is what you want to do with your life, then so be it. But I'm trying to talk to people who are in poverty right now and they want to transition. People who really want to better themselves. People want to have money, cash money in their banks, access to credit, and have a little bit of assets here and there. So when you're starting from zero, you have to give up something. There's this thing that you're going to do something so simple. You are not going to, you're not going to adjust your time accordingly. That something nice will be happening to you without you pulling the triggers, without you pulling yourself by the bootstraps. There's this analogy of working smart, and trying to rig yourself through the system. It's going to delay you by years. It's going to delay you by years because think about it this way. What makes you think that you're so special that that nature will just throw away, pull away responsibility and reward you with all this fortune without doing nothing, without changing yourself, without putting in time, without putting in, you just sprinkle a little bit of hustle dust and voila, that things are going to be okay. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. But the beautiful thing, the light at the end of the tunnel is for some people who will understand how the game is played, for some people who are willing to exert the pressure, for some people who are willing to go the extra mile. It's a possibility, and it's not going to be, I'm not saying that in 2 months you'll start seeing results. No. If you're smart enough, if you're putting in the right amount of effort, with a little bit of putting together your own system that can work for you in your own scenario, in that environment that you find yourself in, you may start seeing results in 6 months. Some of you will start seeing results in a year. It just depends. It just depends on where you are trying to come up from, where you want to go, how ambitious you want to become, and how many people you want to serve. If you serve the right amount of people and attract, put out the right amount of value, you will start seeing results. But for the average person, it's going to take you more. It's going to take your blood. It's going to take your everything. It's going to take your time. The work-life balance situation that you want to, nothing like that. There's no work-life balance. Just forget about life. Work. Put in the work. If you put in 100% of work, I'm telling you, the average person is going to transition into a beautiful thing, into a beautiful scenario. The money drama will disappear into thin air in 3 years. 3 to 5 years is for the average person. Some of you can pull in early. in less than a year, because you have pre-existing stuff. You have something in you that is unique. You have what it takes to be able to catapult you to the next level. It's only that you haven't, catalyzed it well. You haven't repackaged it in a manner that will attract these resources towards you, and you haven't served the right people. But for the average person, and for average I mean somebody who really doesn't have character, somebody who has who needs to develop discipline, somebody who is not extremely talented, somebody who is not at par in terms of intellectual capacity, somebody who doesn't have the technical know-how, the skill sets, and all this. If we are talking of a brand new person in terms of exposure to the reality of life, you will be able to transition. Once you start learning these new things, you'll be able to transition and become a person in 3 to 5 years. And studies show that people can actually take responsibility into their own hands and try to transform their own lives for the better, and they start seeing these results. So you're not as an exemption, and it's going to work. It's actually going to work if you put in the right amount of structures, if you put in the right amount of effort, and you willingly and intentionally decide to be a part of the system, and learn and relearn new knowledge, and try to shake away your myths and beliefs, and you will start seeing good stuff happening. You will start seeing good stuff happening. I remember in my campus days, I was poor. I was extremely poor, and looking back on my journey and how I've been able to transition to this force whereby I no longer fear responsibility, that I no longer have this money drama in my life, to a situation whereby I'm able to retire partially for a whole year because and still maintain my lifestyle. It's beautiful. It's such a beautiful thing. And in my campus days, if somebody told me that I'll be in the position that I am today, I could say they're mad, because I didn't have I couldn't visualize that life could be so good to this extent, because I couldn't visualize the journey. I couldn't know that I had this capacity to transform myself and be able to not to beg, and be able to withstand the financial storms in my life, despite me not being extremely talented, despite me not being having these high income skills that people talk about. Me transitioning from the average self to now understanding deeply how the financial world works and the realities around economics has changed everything, has changed my viewpoints about life. It has transitioned me into a force to admire, and that is why I'm here to share with you, so that you can borrow from my journey and inculcate these best practices into your own, and see a situation whereby you can transition yourself into becoming the financial hub for your life, so that you can do things in your own terms, so that you can be able to take these beautiful vacations, so that you can be able to date whoever you want, so that you can be able to associate and live wherever you want. And I'm telling you, it's freedom that is so invigorating. It's the essence of life itself, having these personal freedoms from a financial point of view. And so the best thing that I can tell you to do today is to follow your money. Somebody somewhere has your check. Somebody somewhere has your money, has money that is written your name on you. And you have to really understand that you have to pursue this money, so that this person, whoever they are, they can go into their pockets and hand you your money. It's a beautiful game. It's such a beautiful game. It's the only adult game that has a happy ending. It's the only adult game that has a happy ending. But if you guys are going to dick around and give your best lives to people out here to be able to do stuff for you, you don't take responsibility for your own dick, I'm telling you, you guys will see fire. You guys are going to be in financial pain. You guys are going to put yourself in harm's way, and it's not going to look good for you in 3 years. It's not going to look any better in 5 years. And so you have to take chance. You have to take that big leap of faith to do something. You have to do something. Guys, I'm telling you, you have to do something. I'm telling you, if you have cash right now, cash money on you, and we're not talking about rich people stuff here. No, I don't know. I don't know how it feels to be rich. I don't know. But I know how it feels to be poor. And you don't need a lot for you to move. You don't need a lot for you to move from a position of harm, a position of fear, a position of money drama, a position of financial pain, to this abundance. You don't need a lot. Because look at it, the average person. The average person doesn't have a cocaine problem. The average person doesn't have a drug addiction problem. The average person do not have these appetites for exotic stuff. The average person is simple. And if you're that person, I'm telling you, if you can be able to elevate yourself and bring in $1,000, $1,500 into your life every single month, that is life-changing money. It's life-changing money for the average person. So I'm not trying to gas you up and blow white smoke up your rectum, trying to give these motivational stuff that don't work. I'm trying to give you a step-by-step processes that you can do to eliminate your financial pain and start transcending into money freedom. So one is budget. Budget is your best friend. Budget will enhance your financial discipline in terms of spending. You have to allocate things that are of high priority to you, and allocate your resources that you already have into these points and priorities in your life that will help you transit. So if you lack the knowledge, if you lack the technical know-how, allocate some part of your current money into this stuff for self-development. Allocate part of your money into health, if that is a consideration that you highly prioritize. Invest in yourself. So budget is very critical to help you. It acts as a guide for us to stay within our means while trying to bring in more into our financial house. And 2 is try increase your income. This one, there is no shortcut. For you to have more money, you can't finesse your way up. You cannot save your way, or try to be scummy around this. You have to increase income. Income is a lever. Income will pivot you into the next level. So the more the income, the easier it becomes for you to be able to play these financial games. For you to save more, it means you have to have more coming in. You can't put brakes on everything unless you want to live like a monk, unless you want to live a very substandard and hazardous type of life. But for the average person, for the normal person, you have to still continue being responsible. You have to run your life in a way that will motivate you to continue working, because I know it's not easy. I totally understand, and my heart goes out to people who are going through financial hell at this point in time. And it's my prayer that you guys see this as a lesson, so that you can take those notes seriously, and instead of filling yourself with a heap of self-pity emotions and all that, and trying to demotivate yourself, instead of trying to work out a formula that is sustainable, come up with a scenario whereby you can plug yourself out of this financial harm, and be part of the game, so that we can play in this economic system. We have to play in this economic system. So guys, budget, increase your income, and have some insights. You really have to have insight. You can't work without a guide. You can't just throw up stones and see if they can hit any rodents up there, so that you can get a meal for yourself. No. You can't try do that. You have to be very strategic. You have to be very specific on what you want. You have to be very technical on how you move, so that you can be able to get whatever you want out of life, and attract some of these things into your life to just make it better. So guys, thank you so much. Till next time, we'll do it again.